Let's do it. Grab your popcorn, grab your drink.
David got arrested. Murdering that girl. Now what's crazy is people were speculating for months when this was gonna happen, because if y'all remember, this was one of the biggest stories of last year, and for David to finally get arrested.
But what took so long? They found the Tesla in the body in like, what was it, August, September? That was like not what, like 7-8 months ago, bro. We're in April, almost May. That shit took way too long, bro. And there was like private investigators and all that. I remember I still had dreads. That's how long ago it was.
When the internet, the world really thought he did it, was like a crazy moment to see. Because like, not only did he do some crazy shit, but it's like justice for that girl and her family. They probably was sitting there, you know, looking at this for the past 7 months.
He was on a world tour, but they they paused that shit immediately. As soon as the information came out about his car, tour was done, finito, fini. But he was still roaming the streets, and then he started doing all that weird shit. He started all his assets. He started transferring to his mom. So it's like, all right, you know, he going to the pen eventually. It's just a matter of when.
David is free, and we know what
he said. When he got back to LA, they immediately had a case and built and arrested. Gang, he just got arrested this week. He just got arrested this week. Like, real talk.
After basically no developments in his case for it happened, he got booked just a couple hours ago. And I have a feeling they're gonna throw the book at him, because they didn't take this long to arrest that man for no reason. Think about it. This situation first came out, what, August, September, right? And there was really no developments. It was very minimal things happening in this case. People wait months, they get an update. It's
I forgot
his deed to his mom or his other parent, but it was no arrest made. It was nothing really ever happening with David. Keep in mind, we have not heard a single word from David since this case first came out. Since this allegation first got thrown, his name David went completely silent. He was on the middle of a tour. He was mid-tour. He disappeared. We had every single media platform on.
I remember, because I was like, if they found the body in his car, is that not enough probable cause to at least like arrest him or some suspicion of something or something? Nah, they didn't arrest him. It's funny because I think he had a friend. Like an Asian friend, who got arrested before him. I think that was like a couple months ago, maybe like a month or two ago. So I was like, all right, maybe the friend just did it, and then now, boom, now he arrested.
The planet covering this story, really trying to understand what's going on. And it was like every time we got more details about what happened to this girl, people were more and more looking at David like, whoa, this nigga might
all right,
be
get this
insane.
nigga off my screen.
And you know, with an artist like this having this real fan base, this cult he had behind him, a lot of people that supported him looked at it and it was like, dang, you know, I don't think he did it. You know, he hasn't been arrested yet, so I'm sure he didn't do it. At first, people were defending him. It was streamers on his side. It was friends on his side. Some people looked at this situation and it was like, we gotta wait till more information come out. But for a long time, no information came out, no details, no updates, until recently, 2026. The case did kind of pick up a little bit. If you remember, a couple weeks ago, I did make a video on this. It was, why is David still free? It was something along those lines, and basically it boiled down to what I'm talking about now. When it happened, no details. Months go by, no details, until January, February, we would start hearing little stuff about the situation. A couple months ago, his best friend at the time.
Do I have a memory or what, my nigga? What? Come on. I swear I never seen this video in my life. I swear. Lahi.
He didn't come to court. He didn't speak on the David situation, so they kind of put him in jail behind that. This is what the article wrote. David remains in the crosshairs of investigators probing the Celeste case. One of his friends, a famous streamer, is now in trouble. His friend Neo was booked into a Montana jail Thursday on a warrant, according to online records. A rep for Lewis,
I don't even know who that is.
Jail,
honestly, I don't know who David is. I never heard of David until this case, believe it or not. I guess he's like a young nigga. That's why. Like he just tracks young niggas.
There was an out of
clearly
warrant from Los Angeles
look who he's situated with.
To appear as a witness, and it would say it's unclear if the 23-year-old was being called out as a witness in the case, but his connection.
I know exactly. It's
documented
young nigga shit, bro.
That they were friends, that they hung out. So David's friend gets booked, right? He gets out and he immediately gets on social media and he clears his name. He's like, look, y'all can't put this on me, right? He was like, y'all don't understand what really happened. Y'all don't understand the details that we had. He was kind of saying, I know stuff that y'all don't know. He would get on Instagram and post this. I understand that due to my silence and the silence in general, it leaves a void of information that everyone wants to feel. But at the end of the day, this case ain't about me. It's not about you. It's about getting justice for the victim and her family. And I care a lot more about that than trying to fill that void because of public opinion. I obviously wasn't doing my part at first, but now I am. I stayed loyal to my mindset and I will continue to. I'm not publicly going to give any opinion or emotion about this case because I find it disrespectful and not my place to weigh in on it, especially as it's ongoing. I'm not gonna spam post to justify and perform my feelings and thoughts for the internet, trying to satisfy people who already made their minds up about me. In time, the record will speak for itself, and I'm moving on with my life. This was a month ago.
I know he's sick, bro. And it's like, I remember when I first heard of him, when the case first became a thing in the August or whatever, I was watching a couple of his interviews, and you could see he's a sick, twisted nigga in the interview. So I'm just like, oh yeah, it's fries. He's gone.
That article I just read to you was a month ago. That's about the time I made my video, because it was updates coming out. And
because how old is he? Like, and the girl that was killed is like 13 or 12, like something crazy like that. And you dating her, nigga. And it's not like it was like a secret or nothing. He's like doing streams with her, doing all this type shit. Like, it's weird.
Because
weird as hell.
He wasn't arrested, but they were public about one thing. 12 kept saying this: we're looking at David. We trying to get our hands on David. And what I think was going on was this: they had this case, they had this pile of evidence, but they wanted to be 100% sure. They wanted to be as sure as they could that David couldn't get out of this, because we see time and time again these famous people, they'll get booked. It'll be something off that'll just let him out this case, let him get off easy.
One little loophole, all it takes.
I think they wanted these charges to stick. They wanted to get every single piece of correct evidence they could on this man, and they got it now. And they put this body on him. And I'm not gonna lie, we are in a crazy time, especially for this man to be free. Like
you think it's gonna be okay? You say you think it's gonna be for like next 5 years, like on some like YMW Melly, like XXX Tentacion. Nah, I for some reason for this case right here, this case for David, I think it's gonna be quick and easy. Like, I think he's going to jail, and that's it. I think over the last 8 months they've been building so much evidence on him. It's over. You disagree? You could disagree. 10 years, you disagree all you want. I think it is done for this nigga. I think they're throwing the book at him. There's nothing he can do to get out of this. No parole, nothing, bro. Think about it. He was entangling with a minor, bro. So not only is that statutory and first degree, like, there's so much they could get him on, bro. He's not gonna have trial for a long time. Maybe the trial doesn't happen for a long time. He's already in there to bail. Did he get bail? I don't know. We'll have to see. I actually genuinely have no idea.
We are in April of 2026, and he's just now getting booked on this, which is crazy. It was in front of the world so much. So many people weighed in on this. So many people all across the country probably got involved in this case, and he's just now getting booked on it. We're gonna look at this article together. R&B singer David has been arrested for the murder of Celeste Hernandez more than 7 months after her body was found in the trunk of a vehicle. The LA Police Department confirmed that David, 21, was arrested on Thursday and is being held without bond. Story: September 8th, 2025, the girl's body was found after employees at a Hollywood tow reported a foul odor coming from
jail for 10 years, no bail. We'll see. I don't think so, though.
Who the plates belong to?
LAPD is gonna wrap this up quick.
LAPD told news that, look, David is now considered a suspect in her death. Like I said, they had their crosshairs on David, but they didn't get him yet. The teen had been missing since April 2024 when she was just 13. The potential relationship between her and David has been a critical part.
She was missing for 2 years.
With images that surfaced online which appear to show the two together. So look, during this case, some people were like, man, David, you know, he didn't kill her. Like, he didn't do this. But at the end of the day, that nigga was still weird. Like, there was no putting nothing past this nigga, because people wanted to defend the fact that
this used to kill me, because people used to defend him, say he didn't murder. I was like, okay, you're right. We don't have evidence. We don't know if he murdered her or not, but he's still cracking a like 13-year-old and he's 20. Like, that's weird, bro. That's weird. That is illegal, bro. You cannot do that. That's weird as hell, bro. And people defend that shit. Even streamers and content creators too. Like, there's no excuses whatsoever for that shit, bro.
Oh, maybe David didn't kill her, but let's say he did it. That nigga was in a relationship with a little girl. What the fuck? There was no defending this nigga.
Unacceptable.
Even if he didn't do that, he was still weird at the end of the day. There was no grounds for anybody to defend David. It was basically definitive proof that he had something going on with this little girl.
And it's not like she was on the cusp, like, oh, she's a 17, 18. No, she is 12, my nigga. 12. 1, 2, 6th grade, elementary school. Like, what are we talking about, bro?
I'm older than him. What's going on? People was trying to defend this. And then it was like damning from the moment it happened. Because remember, the girl passed away. They had the matching tattoos. They had the same tattoos on their fingers. It was like, people was like, oh, did David have something to do with her? Was this just a coincidence? It was so much weird stuff just lining up at the same time, and people were still trying to defend it. I get the whole innocent till proven guilty, but some of this evidence was so damning.
Maybe he's not a murderer because we don't have the evidence right now, but he's still dating a minor. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Any way out of this for David? And I've been saying that since September, since I first made a video on that. I was saying, look, he might not be locked up, but keep your eye on that man. The article would also write, following the gruesome discovery, David canceled the remainder of his tour and shelved an album release. He was also allegedly not cooperating with the investigators, which should have been, you know, big ass red flag, by the way. I don't know why people didn't really speak about that more.
The public was told he was cooperating, so that's why.
With the people. If you know you didn't do that, you probably, oh yeah, let me give all the evidence that I can. Let me prove that I was here this day, that I didn't know this person, that I had no connection to this individual. Yet you weren't cooperating.
Yeah, you're right.
Cooperating.
You're right. You're right. You're right. They were public, because I remember there was a stream, and she had like made a comment she wasn't supposed to make, and like blew his cover, and then everyone was like end stream, and then he was like deleted everywhere, and it's like, bro, it's already clipped, like it's gone. Like cuddled up with him. Oh, I don't even like talking about this shit.
Magazine that he had not yet commented on the investigation or his alleged relationship ties to the team. Citing law enforcement officials, TMZ reported that detectives had also been investigating whether the killer had helped dismembering the body or not. Girl was discovered dead a day after her birthday, but the LA County Medical Examiner Office said her death likely happened weeks earlier. As the investigation continued in 2026, court documents made public showed that David was the target of a grand jury investigation that were filed under.
So when was she actually killed? Because she wasn't found until August.
In the Texas court, compelling them to testify before California grand jury. And on April 16th, just a couple hours ago, he was taken into custody at his home in the Hollywood Hills. LAPD said the case will be presented to a Los Angeles County District
Shame on his fan base. I mean, like, I think it's just shame on parasocials in general. Like the parasocials now that we have in 2026, like, it's genuinely scary for every creator. Like you could do any, as a creator, like if you have a fan base, you could do anything and like low-key get away with it. Like I shouldn't say that. That sounds kind of crazy. But you get what I'm trying to say though. You get what I'm trying to say. It's wild, bro. It's wild. They're like minions, bro. They just hate everyone but you, which is like kind of cool, but it's like it's sick at the same time. It's like, damn, do you have a mind for your own? Do you have your own like thoughts and opinions, or is it whatever they say you do? What is it?
Considerations. The office will say the case is expected to be presented to the Major Crimes Divisions, at which point prosecutors will review the facts and evidence to determine whether if there's sufficient evidence to file charges, which if you've been paying attention to the story at all over these past few months, I think it is. I think it is over with for David. I don't think there's no way out of this one.
So we think.
Like, literally, there's no way out of this one. I don't know. It's just a crazy situation. We see weird ass stuff like this happening too often. Like, what are the true details behind this case? Why were you with this girl? What compelled you to do what you did? Like, why did you kill her? It's so many questions that even an answer.
Because he said, because if they caught him and exposed it before she died.
At the time, they were like, damn, maybe she was gonna expose him. Like, tell something.
I don't know though, because I remember they were saying she was like I don't want to say like a troubled girl, but it was normal for her to run away from home. So you never know. You never know. If I saw that girl with him on live, I would have immediately done my research and made a whole video when I found out he was a weirdo. Yeah, like, oh my gosh, he one of them like commentary channel niggas. Yo, them commentary channel niggas, they be vultures. They be on that shit, bro.
His business on that shit. That he was dating a little girl and he didn't want people to know that. So he killed her, which is like, I don't know, bro. The whole story is like one of the craziest things I've really heard in recent years. It's fucking crazy. Like, when the news broke, I was like, what? Like, what kind of story is this? What are you niggas getting into? Bro, like, I don't know, thinking about it pissing me off because it's such a weird situation. And the fact it took this long for this nigga to get locked up for these weird ass charges is crazy. April 20th, we'll see how this go. We'll see if David get this book through at him or if he can somehow slither his way out of this case. It's really no telling. Because with the way some of these Hollywood cases go, with the way some of these famous people in their trials go, it's genuinely no telling what direction it could go.
Prince, video Prince. I don't know. I hope he don't get off. I hope he don't get off because I'll be damned. I will be damned if he.
Just a couple